What's going on, everybody? Thanks for taking a couple minutes to check out my channel. It's the 22nd of September and got all kinds of stuff going on. This is a busy time of year for me. I'm trying to get my bees prepped for winter. I adjusted them, trying to get those girls ready to go. Getting ready for archery season, getting ready for trapping season, getting ready for fire burning season, getting firewood, all kinds of stuff. But I'm going to try to keep this video focused on trapping and two main things. Some of the pre-season work I'm doing, some of my preparation. And another shout out for the Trapper Trainer Weekend coming up this coming weekend at Cameron County Fairgrounds. I'll put a link, or not a link, but I'll post a picture of the flyer for that Trapper Trainer Weekend again at the end of this video. Shows more detail, but there's going to be a lot of good demos there. I'm not putting myself out there. I'm going to be doing a demo on cable restraints. There's going to be coyote demos, bobcat demos, fisher demos. And there's also the cable certification class that's going to be there on Saturday. So if you're a new trapper, old trapper, experienced, inexperienced, someone just wants to know about trapping, or an outdoorsman, come on out and support trapping, support District 4. It'd be great just to see some people up there. I mean, I think it's $10, maybe 10 or 15. I think it's $10. And you get a free t-shirt with the picture that I had at the beginning of the video. It's a pretty cool t-shirt. And you get lunch. So for $10 you get a t-shirt and lunch, and get to see a bunch of demos and just hang out and have a good time with some people. So I'm going to get into some of the stuff I got going on for getting prepped for the season. I've been in here this morning making some pan covers. These things take a little bit of time and effort to make. These help speed me up, but they take a little bit of work to make them. These work. I have a video on these, and if I can find it, I'll post a link to it. If I don't have it, I can make a video on how I make these. But they work really well. I like them. Set the trap and you slide that on. It works like a little envelope. There's a secondary piece of screen stapled onto here, and it just slides on the pan. I like them a lot. These right here for number 2 Bridget Douglas. These ones over here are for anyone with like a smaller round pan, like MB550s, Sleepy Creeks, and some Dukes, whatever. So I got 2 different sizes I make. I'm gonna finish making those and then clean up my mess. My shed, I had to move my wood burner because of the little lean-to thing I made. I'll show you that in a minute. Had to move that wood burner. What else I got going on here? At least I cleaned this place up. I got to do some trap prep, get my traps all tuned up. I'm going to probably pick up another dozen traps or so up at the trainer weekend. I got some leftover screens from last year. Didn't do a lot of trapping last year because of my house build. I even put a little extra piece. I use some of these flat screens for, like, I've watched Zagger's demonstration a couple times at the Pennsylvania Rendezvous. And he puts, like when he's doing his pipe dream set, and he, in a really wet conditions, he just puts a piece of screen on top of his trap and puts a few grass clippings on it. But I still staple a little piece of screen underneath there just to slide on the pan, and then just hold it in place. I don't know, it just seems that works well for me. Like I said, it takes a little bit of effort, but it speeds me up on the trap line, which is more important. I'd rather waste a little bit of time in my shed than wasting time setting traps. In here, oh yeah, my little lean-to. I think I got about $1,200 into this thing. When I did this video, I was looking at just getting one of those little metal carports, but I think this turned out better for me anyways. Yeah, my flue for my, or chimney, whatever you want to call it, from my old wood burner used to come out there, so I moved it. I started sifting some dry dirt. Hasn't been hard to find dry dirt here. I got buckets over here I got to sift out. If I get the time and the ambition, I'm going to make some wax dirt in this cement mixer. One tip I got, it's a good tip for making wax dirt in a cement mixer, is having some kind of lid over top of here, and it helps keep the heat in there a lot, makes it a lot faster, and it keeps the dust down. If you're making wax dirt and if there isn't dust coming up out of here, your dirt's probably not dry enough. Now, wax sand is a different thing. The sand is just, it's not as like powdery as dirt can be. but I got free dirt all over the place, so I just get dirt for free. Takes a little more wax. I got a bunch of peat moss dried out here too. Like with the pan covers I make, I know a lot of people that use peat moss. They just put it inside the inner part of their trap, and they don't use any pan cover at all. I believe Hammer does that, and he just put peat moss inside. This helps speed up setting a lot too, especially if you got really wet conditions, you got muddy conditions. You can get your trap bedded, just fill the inside up with peat moss and maybe sprinkle, just blend the set in a little bit. Because sometimes it's hard to find enough dirt to completely cover your trap. So you can just put a bunch of peat moss over it. And this works pretty good for weather, bad weather conditions too. I got a little bit of wax dirt left, and when things get really bad, like freeze-thaw conditions, I like having some wax dirt, but peat moss works well too. I got some hay to make some hay mound sets. I used them in the past, but not enough, I don't think. I was watching Jake Comfer, I believe his name is. He's Keystone Trapper. He's going to be doing the Bobcat demo, and he does a lot of hay sets, and he pounds stuff on hay sets. So I'm going to put a little more effort into hay sets as long as I can get out on the line. A lot of my trapping depends on how well my wife is doing and stuff. So as long as her health stays as stable as it's been, I'll be in good shape. I got a little more peat moss down here. I got stuff all over the place. I just need to get things a little more organized. Alright, in these totes here, I got a bunch of drags. I'm going to take some of these out. Anywhere I know that I'm going to have a location where I want to use a drag. The more I use drags, the more I like them. I mean, just pulling traps and stuff is a lot easier with drags. And plus, when they pull the trap away from the set, you don't have to try to mess around with the whole set location a whole lot. But the one downside is the extra weight and stuff. So I'll take a bunch of these out and put some of these out before the season even starts. Then that just speeds up setting that much faster. I don't have to pound a stake. I don't have to take a drag, anything. I just go hook my trap to the drag, set my trap, bed it down, and I'm good to go. Got that going. What else is going on? Like I said, I've been cutting firewood. I've got a stack of firewood here for burning in my shed. Our pile of firewood there for the winter. One thing I learned with my porch, it's fun to sit on, but I use that for tree stand, elevated shooting down here. It's almost like shooting from a tree stand. I got my target on the other side of that wood pile. That works good there. I guess I'll yak a little bit about archery stuff now. I don't know. Got my garage here ready. It insulated the walls a little bit and insulated the ceiling, up in the attic, whatever space you want to call it. I showed this on another video, turning that into a meat cooler. Hopefully that's going to work well. Got my winch ready for butchering up some deer. My buddy, he's down from around Pittsburgh area. He already shot, I think on the first day, within, I don't know, I think he only hunted for about an hour, and he had an 8-point on the ground. So if I can find that picture, I'll put a picture here. So he's done buck hunting, but he'll be up here hopefully trying to get a couple doe on the ground too. So enough yakking for now. Again, I'm going to put a picture of the flyer here right when I'm done talking. If you get a chance, come on up to the Cameron County Fairgrounds this coming weekend and just spend a few minutes up there just talking with people or whatever. Hope you all have a blessed day. Stay safe, everybody.